was a behavioral proportion somewhere, but we are going to use very judiciously the last 30 minutes, and I can promise you, we are still going to get the best of this training this evening within the next 30 minutes. So welcome to the show, and Happy New Year to everyone in the house. We have a very fantastic topic for us, and it is titled Behavioral Capture. The art and science of behavioral capture. Last year was an awesome time where we were being introduced to the question of behavioral health. And we saw behavioral health in terms of 5 domains. The health domain, which has to engage the personality of people in terms of their mental health, emotional health, physical health, and spiritual health. First domain. And we show you how to capture it through behavioral health. And then we saw the second domain, potential, which is the strength domain, that you can also capture that. We saw the third domain, which is the wealth domain, which is production. And then the fourth domain is the depth domain, where you capture the powerhouses of individuals, institutions, and organizations, and also profile them. And the fifth one is the stretched domain, where these powerhouses are beginning to build power hubs and extending and expand. So we are building on that to say, hey, it's not enough to know what exactly those domains are. How do you connect with people? And irrespective of what you do, either as a therapist, a teacher, a coach, whatever you do, you should be able to do behavioral capture. Because behavioral capture is necessary. In all career and profession, you do what we call behavioral analysis. A case you cannot analyze and diagnose very well, you cannot provide the best solution. You will only skim on the surface. Do we all have our assessment printed? See my own. Show me your own assessment. Do you have? Mr. Triumph, you have? Good. Who has his assessment? Dr. Dende, do you have your assessment? Auntie Siri, you have your assessment? You will only enjoy it best when you have your assessment printed.
I don't have the assessment, though.
Okay, Daddy. Oh, I thought I sent it to you. My friend, Mr. Chinedu, do you have it? You don't have? We sent it to the group, but that notwithstanding, we will hang one here and then send to whoever does not have. So behavioral capture is critical in therapy, in meeting your client, whether you are a teacher, you are a lecturer, you are a pastor, you are an engineer, whatever you are doing, an advocate, you need to be able to capture the scenario, capture the individual, so that you can provide the best competitive solution. Thank you, Dr. So we'll be discussing the dynamics of behavioral capture. How do you carry out surface diagnosis as a professional? And then how do you keep that critical connection, intervention skills, social skills, and do behavioral deposit, so that you can come back later to do delivery, and then you have ongoing service you are providing and whatever, and then the certification, of course. If you don't have last year's certification, you will soon need it. Very critical, because we are already working on some foreign partners, international agencies, on collaboration, and that certificate will be useful. You won't get it the way we are giving you. Go through all the previous 7 videos, which we gave out for free, and take your course, obtain your certificate. And some of us who have obtained certificate, but you didn't do rehearsal, and go to the field and lay your hand on something. Might also be difficult. So please take note of all of these issues and learn on a very critical. So Comprehensive Reinforcement Season 2 is here. Welcome to the show and Happy New Year to every one of us in the house. I still remain my humble self, not changing, and I'm not hoping I will change except I change for the better. This is our timetable, which we posted to the group. If you are not in the group, on very many occasions, some of these our talk, you will not be in tune to receiving them. Behavioral health is still basically about 4 issues: intelligence, mental health; intention, physical health; inspiration, spiritual health; and institution, emotion health. Those are the 4 things we are combing each time you hear behavioral health. And you have what it takes, whatever you do, to comb behaviorally your client per time and help them out on a very so, and that is the badge for it: the intelligence, the intention, the inspiration, and the institutional side of it are all very pivotal, and they are all very vital when we talk about behavioral health. So let's go on. What is the dynamics of behavioral health? We call it a dynamics because it is your capacity to become aware of what you want to handle. Be a people, a family, an individual, a teacher, a lecturer, whatever the individual is in, you need the capacity to be aware. Awareness is critical in behavioral capture. What you are not aware of, you can never help. What you are not aware of, you can never provide solution. Solution is meant for people who can do capture. You can also, this thing is also being streamed on my Facebook. In case you want to send it to people who are not, they can follow me on Facebook. James Komolafe is streaming there live. So the capacity to capture your client matters a whole lot. Or you are a marketer, you need to do behavioral capture. Why? Life is 70% behavior and 30% operation. So behavioral capture enables you to capture your client very succinctly and to be able to walk around about him. Juliana, you cannot hear, maybe it's where you are standing, or you raise your volume of your side. Can we hear me? Tryon, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, let me.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Thank you. Let's quickly continue. We just have 30 minutes to do this. Tomorrow we'll do 1 hour. So it is your seeing back and forth to an individual, inside out, from the outside. Whether you are a preacher, you are a teacher, you are an engineer, Victoria, whatever you are, you need to be able to master the art and science of behavioral capture. And in behavioral capture, it is your capacity to do behavioral analysis. You analyze, what is this issue all about? What are the merits and demerits of it, the pros and the cons? And in analyzing, what do? Your idea model stands out. We taught all this last year. What is the idea model here? I stands for identity. Identify the case on that. What is this case? What are we talking about? Through what is being spoken. But you see, as therapists and professionals, we go beyond what is said to what is even unspoken. Therapists. And that's why we are demonstrating one, so that you see. So, identification of the case on ground. It could be the good case, the bad case, or the ugly case. Now, what enables you to identify is your 5W by way of recapitulation. And what is the 5W and 2H. What is the situation? The first W. Why the situation? Purpose statement. What is case definition, we call it? Identification. What? What is the case situation? Analysis on ground. The what? Then why? Purpose description. Why? Why is this case like this? And then where? We are talking about the geographical location, the situation itself. Then how? Okay, there's the other W. When? Time. Perspective. You need the time. See, when the guy was 10 years, or 50 years, or 30 years, you need the when. And then the who is involved. Who is involved? Is there a family? Is there an individual? And all that. Why you are doing identification. And then the how and the harvest of it. And then I told you, don't ever be a therapist who don't write down. You need to note down all this. As you are hearing your client, you are hearing yourself. That makes you a professional. I'll begin to tell you the deep things you do as a therapist or as one who is acting as a professional, working as a professional. You don't just listen to your client. As you are listening to your client, you are also listening to yourself based on what you know and you are aware of. Now, why do you need awareness? You need to build an ecosystem, which is an enabling environment to create within a magnetic field to attract your clients. I don't know whether Mr. Chinedu is hearing me. You need to build an ecosystem. So your idea method, I, identification, D, definition. Anytime you do identification and you put the 5W and 2H model, it will give you the definite thing all about. You won't miss word. You will be hook, line, and sinker on the case. That is definition. And when you have I and D, you'll be able to evaluate based on the empirical results before you. Say, okay, if this is good, then I concord that this man has this problem. That person has this guy. And this how to go about it. And then you do A, administration of therapy or solutions, where you say, Madam, what is on ground now? I'm going to run 5 checks because it's a health issue, it's a strength issue, it's a wealth issue, and then you'll be able to fix timing based on the convenience of your client. When 2 of you can meet, either online, offline, on-site, or wherever. Very vital. So, what are the elements of behavioral capture? Number 1 is the captor himself or captors. Who is involved? We need to know. What is the situation within? And then what capture will you fit what is happening to the individual? And then as it brought the individual into a particular captivity, either by heredity, oh, it's our family thing, we always have this or that, or they are free. And then to what capacity has he engaged in? So what are you looking for? Anticilia, each time you are doing behavioral capture, you are looking at the captors. Who are captured? And then what is captivating there? Under caption, will you put it? What is the captivity itself? And then to what capacity? For which your behavioral capture assessment will show you. And so we are going to run one now, and I will hold one. So your 5 domain is always at work when you are doing behavioral capture. How? As the client is speaking, you are checking, is it health problem? Is it strength problem? Is it wealth problem? Is it depth problem? Or is it stretch problem? Health, in terms of holistic health, the personality, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. Strength, in terms of potential. Looking at gifts, talent, and all of those stuff. Wealth, in terms of production, you're looking at value creation, goods and services, creativity, and the rest of it. Debt, you are looking at the powerhouse of the individual in times of his unique selling proposition and where he's best at his best, touching his water table reality and drawing out competencies that will power a generation, and then stretch his capacity to go and raise order and become institutionalized, where he raises other power hubs are so critical. That is the lens you wear each time you are running therapy in behavioral health. As you are checking for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Then you need to know how to do contact by extension, within and without. How do I mean? As your client is speaking to you, you are contacting him through your physical ears and eyes, and connecting through your own mind and psyche facts that are hitting the home run in you and noting it down. Don't ever do any professional work without writing down. That is quackery. And you are nodding your head and you are saying, you are a quack in any career. But please write down, note things down. Where you are not clear, ask your client, sir, do you manage time so hard? This is what you are. By writing down, you are transferring energy from one form to another. You are cooperating with the frequencies of the universe and telling the universe to support you to succeed in what you are doing. So very vital. Then you run the capture on the surface. How do you do that? Very simple. It's all about attraction. Wherever your attention goes, there your energy follows. So, and it is the power of control, create, consume, concern, convergence, content, contribution, clarity, and comprehend. In behavioral capture, you need this step. And so I have an assessment here. We'll quickly run one. Don't have the assessment. Take a sheet of paper and write 1 to 10. If under question 1 you score yourself 5, just put 5. If you score yourself 10, you put 10, and the rest of it like that, so that we can run one in a jiffy tomorrow when you submit your assessment today. Then we can see what to do to work it out very well for you, see your structural deviation and the rest of it. You need to know how strong you are in capturing, so that when next you see a case in your chosen field, you can handle it very excellent. That's the essence. Behavioral health that you know so well, but is not benefiting others, your field of career, is not helpful at all. Can we all see the assessment? Can we see it? Can you see what I?
Yes, we can see it.
Good. So please take a sheet of paper if you don't have the assessment. Put your name on top of it, and then I'll be asking you questions. Those of you who have it, you just go and see under the column. If you don't have, take a sheet of paper, write your name, telephone number, because you will snap it to me when we are through now. And we have about 17 minutes to be through with it. So put your name, age, and all that. What's the essence of behavioral capture assessment? The CAT 101. We want to be able to see how well you have been behavioral capture in all that you are doing as a teacher, as a seller of whatever, as an event manager and all that, so that as a pastor, as an engineer, as a business person, the behavioral capture. Life is 70% behavior and 30% operation. Before you run up and down, burn gas, burn energy, why not learn to capture so that you can get the best of your time and be efficient in your output? So, Donnie, quickly. Question 1, we're looking at depth now. How deep is the sense of concept? In other words, when you see the situation on ground, How well are you able to see round about the case? Say, okay, this is what it is. So you think yourself, who will be our specimen now today? Cheyi is not here. Triumph, are you here? Or we use somebody else? Who will be our specimen to give me his or her score? And then I'll be taking it here. Who will
I'm here, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Triumph is here. Mr. Triumph. So you fill it for your client, or you allow your client to fill it. The occupation now, Mr. Triumph, what do you do, teacher? Good.
Yes, sir.
Good. So it's a teacher, it's an adult. Give it at that. So let's see him now. How well he's been able to do behavioral patterns. So, Mr. Triumph, question number 1. How deep is your sense of concept? In other words, seeing round about the situation on ground. 2 questions in one. One, situation has to be on ground. And then 2, your capacity to see round about it before now, before you were exposed to behavioral health. What will you score yourself?
8, sir.
8. You will pass this thing very well. Now, I need somebody who does it. I'll be able to do too much analysis. Okay, number 2. But is everybody getting this thing? Because you need to hear my explanation and be able to think yourself. Number 2, how deep is your sense of context, understanding the circumstances, leading the case on ground? Number 1 is just seeing round about it. But number 2 is like penetrating now.
Yeah, I give 8 also, sir.
8 also. Break my record.
I don't want to be generous.
Okay, good. So number 3, content. In behavioral capture, you should be able to see the content. Don't assume. Assumption is the worst form of knowledge, and it's a behavioral violation. It's behavioral health. So how well are you able to see the content, upholding the load and deposit inherent in the situation? Not that you handle it halfway and you say the boy has gone back. And the man said, though you try, but after 2 months, something else happened. How well are you able to see the content? What would you say?
Oh, excellent, sir. Excellent, sir. 8, sir.
Which is 8. But you were not running behavioral check. What were you using to see? You were only doing mouth talk. Eh?
I'm using the Holy Spirit.
Okay. In the past, Holy Spirit gives him expo. But now that I'm teaching you behavioral check and behavioral capture, Holy Spirit will say, yeah, use what Dr. did.
Yes. Yes, sir.
That's good. So, can you hear his point now? Holy Spirit tells him what he doesn't know about. It's not everybody who can connect to that sense. But for people who can connect and can also know this, then you can compare the two and say, wow, I have more tools to use. So that's the advantage. Whatever you are doing, please be best at it. That is what Capture is talking about. And use all facilities available at your disposal and compare things with things and come out with the best judgment. That is professionalism, not just guessing. Because I was going to drop him to 4 now, but he told me Holy Spirit. So it won't make me a sinner. Next one, number 3. How deep is this?
Yes, sir.
Of
Number 4, sir.
Number 4. Having deeper meaning beyond surface analysis.
Yes, sir.
How would you call yourself here?
8, sir. 8, sir.
So you must see beyond surface analysis where your client will say, doc, I don't even know what you are saying. I don't know it's as that deep. You are able to show them the deeper sense of it. Then number 5. How deep is the sense of concern, showing milk of kindness and compassion on the case?
Number 9, sir.
Good. Pastor who has no compassion should go to 5 and leave pastor. Then question 6. How deep is your sense of clarification? You have been able to clarify, being able to cluster the different aspects of it. This is emotional. See, this is mental. This is material. Let's sort them out. What would you score yourself?
8, sir.
Then number 7. How well are you able to create? It's not enough to know the situation on ground. You should use the solution at hand that you have pulled out of yourself through strategy to do creation, value creation, creativity, forming a bigger picture of the situation on the good, the bad, and the ugly side of it. What will you score?
Nine, sir. Nine, sir.
So many, Mr. Tryon knows his onion very well. And what does behavioral capture teaches us? Don't do a work you are not a specialist. Be good at your onion. Know your onion. Anything you are doing, learn it. Master it very well. Don't do quackery. Then question 8.
8, sir.
How deep is your convergence? Finding harmony with the individual over the activity. You are not overreactive, but you are able to find harmony over the activity in question between the person and yourself. And the person sees
8, sir.
answers being supplied to his demand. Good. Then number 9, contribute. How deep is your sense to contribute? Applying the information for further analysis.
8, sir.
Okay. And then last but not the least, how deep is your capacity to consolidate? Outlining the best line of procedure based on analysis. And you are able to convince your client. See, and he says, yes, you have helped me.
Yes, sir.
What will
8.
you say? 8.
8, sir.
Good. So now be sure to check around to make sure you have 10 valid variables. So let's calculate. 8 times how many times? 1, 2.
8 times 8. 64.
So everybody who don't have assessment, just add up all your score 1 to 10. That is your total score by percent. Then under 9, how many times? 2.
2. 18.
18. So 18 plus 64. Tryon.
That's 72.
So A is 72%. So
No, sorry, sir.
Eh?
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. That's 82, sir.
Hey, I was surprised myself. You are not still a model if you score this high. That's
82, sir.
So
yes, sir.
He is converging. If you are having any issue now, you go to Pastor Tryon, he will ensure that he satisfies you, and at the end, he will complete the task for you. Somehow, the Holy Spirit, he believes, will just help him to help you, and he will reach convergence. I celebrate you, sir. Well done. So everybody in the class, tell us your score. Add your score and tell us what you got. Triumph is a role model.
Yes.
Converging. So others, what did you score? Just add what you score in 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. Have we done it? What did we score? Did we score anything? Or you have any question at this point? Because we are going to analysis. And we have 7 minutes to do it.
Okay, can I do my own?
Yeah.
My total score is 76.
Wow, that's good. You are in adoption and committed. You try, but the structural division, the gap is wide a bit. We will minimize it. Okay, Victoria. Yes, you are my daughter indeed. You are my mentee indeed. Yusuf, 73. Yusuf. Your gap, your margin is too wide, Yusuf. How can you score 73? You've been trained. Good. Who score anything again? Tell me it's good. Yeah. Oh, that's good. 79. Potato. Gladys. Yes. Good, Gladys. Yes. Any other person? So now let's quickly interpret. All of you, I will still post this to people who don't have, so that you can do your own and send to me. Tomorrow I will still run this analysis so that you can understand it. If you score 0 to 39, it means you are careless. And that career is not meant. You are struggling and you will cause more havoc for your client. If you score 40 and then you are on your woo, you are You are supposed to be isolated. Your need is isolation. So that we can run therapy on you and help you to find out what career you should choose. This is not what you faith to say God will just help me. Slow and steady wins the race. And you start saying some things that will not help you. Tells us you are not flowing that career. Change it before you are changed. And then if you come 40 to 50, it means you are not just careless, you are clueless. Carelessness means you don't give a damn. You are just doing anything you find. Okay? No purpose, no goal, nothing. If you stop what you do, you are a bit conscious, but you are clueless. You don't have knowledge about that thing, and you are incompetent. That is it. If you score 51 to 60, you are curious. You want to know, but you are stagnated because you don't know. If you score 61 to 70, you are concerned and understanding small. When you score 71 to 80, you are committed. You have understanding. That is why when you are adopting behavioral analysis, you are almost being able to solve the problem, but there will be some residues. The person can go free temporarily, and at later time, when the triggers show up, it will relapse. If it is a mental health, all that. But when you score 81 and above, on the surface, you are converging. And you are nearing completion to solving the case. So whatever you score, subtract it from 100. That is the number of gap, loophole, and backward for which you can do behavioral calculation. So anything that is not more than 50 needs to have an upper chunk. All the seer of this life is triumph of this life. Gladness of this life is right. It means what they are doing, they have been capturing it, but they don't have fact like it. Behavioral checks give you capacity. So in finality today, let's look at the structural deviation. Subtract the lowest score from the highest. The gap must not be more than 2. His own gap is not even up to 1. So please clap for him. His structural deviation is good and perfect. Who he is inside is also what he does outside. That is what he was born and crafted to do. That's why he's excellent. And you see all his scores are picking at very high peak. In fact, none of his score is 7. They are 8 and above. Meaning he's branded, doing what gives him joy and all of that. And then let's see his behavioral profile. Is he wobbly or straight? Let's look at it. And you see it's a straight line curve. No mountain, no gully, and he is a martial artist. He knows what he is doing and he does what he knows. And you see, very neat and clean stuff. So that means Brian structural deviation is just cute and accurate. About his strength analysis, he is very compelling, burning and building energy at a very high strength. You see, he is enthusiastic about what he does. He loves it, and his mood is always high, no matter what case you bring to him. If you can't bring him down, so he is good at that, and his mood is good. His point blank analysis is good. His strength analysis is good. His root cause analysis is also good. He's a man who gives himself to understanding, to reading, and to do so many things. And he believes in self-development, think critical, growth, to excellence, and to fullness. Thank you, everyone. Any other question? Tomorrow, we will do summary, and then for all of you, we will see your score and help you do efficient and effective behavioral practice. Any question? Would like to close here today so that we can have another meeting. How many of us don't have the access, or you are not in any group, reinforcement group? Okay, Dr. Kemi, I think we should not. Who doesn't have access? Okay. Send it to you, and it means possibly you don't have a certificate, or you are not in the group. How many of us need the copy of the assessment? We'll send you this so that you can download and get it. Thank you, everyone. I'll put it in the group for everyone so that you can print it. And this video.
So I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
So my question is, now we have done is like a self-assessment.
Yes.
What if
Yes.
what if somebody else is to assess you for what you have assessed yourself on? You know, maybe somebody that knows you well. Like we have a case study that we have used now. So if somebody that knows him well is to assess him and have a different opinion.
And the issue, what we are doing now, necessary, not sufficient, is for you to know yourself and test your position on meeting you around your own unique selling proposition, around your USP, where I am good. Okay, this is how I've been doing it. How well have I been getting results? It's for you first. Then there is the other one where other people do that. But we want to just introduce people to the idea of capturing the reality of their clients so that they can offer best service. So thank you, everyone. Tomorrow it will be 1 hour a day. Our word is our band in behavioral health. Thank you. God bless you. See you 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock today with this and bye-bye and good night.